reach out to you?
Baby, you can't. That's the
Oh
point.
no,
So
okay.
whether you will or not is not
Okay.
my business. You can't.
Okay, I hear. I
You
hear.
can't.
Cool.
You absolutely can't. And that's what I keep saying to you. You come on here and you ridicule people, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure 90% of the people on this space, if it wasn't for Twitter, you wouldn't even have the possibility to even have
Yeah, that's
conversations.
why you're also here. That's why you're also bragging about things that you
Because the
have,
internet
right?
makes the world a
It is
smaller
Twitter. It
place.
is Twitter
And
that
that's
has
what I'm
given you the
saying to you.
impetus.
I'm
Twitter has
saying
given you
to
the
you,
impetus
humble
for you to come
yourself.
here and speak
Humble
about the fact
yourself,
that you have
Albert.
this, you have that. I'm not going to humble
Humble
myself.
yourself.
No,
Humble
I'm going to
yourself.
be bongo ideas. As far as I'm concerned, I'm still going to be bongo ideas. It's not about humility. It's about the fact that someone like you who thinks she's very smart comes here to brag about having stocks and stuff like that, and you want to question my intelligence. That is complete bullshit because you don't have it here. If you really want to, if you really want to have an intellectual discussion, you don't focus whatever that, you don't focus your attention on the fact that you have stocks in Apple and Meta
Well, we
and
know
trying
that
to use
came
it
out
to make.
because you were talking numbers. That came out because you were talking numbers. No
You're not
one just
making
came out and said I
and
have
I've
stock.
said, and I've told you that for me, I don't have the numbers. I'm unemployed. I'm broke. You understand? I don't have anything, and I'm living from hand to mouth. So it should make you happy, right? That should make you sleep
Why
at
would it
night.
make me happy?
It should make you sleep at night because that's what you want to hear.
No, why
Because
would it make
yes,
me sleep at night?
because that's what you want to hear. So I've said what you want to hear. So it should make you
No,
happy.
not what I
It
want to hear.
should.
Actually, what I said to you was stop ridiculing people's profession. Stop
No,
telling
no, no, no.
people.
You asked me whether I'm unemployed or not, and whether aside everything, aside me claiming that I'm intelligent and other, what do I have? Am I employed? And I've told you what will make you sleep at night, what will make you happy.
It
So
won't make
accept
me
it and let's
happy. The
move on.
reason why I asked you if you're unemployed was because were you not just begging Sheldon for a job the other day? And I saw you begging for money from Palago. So the reason why I asked you what your intelligence has got you is in as much as you want to sit here and act like you don't need the money, you do, because money makes the world go around, babe. You can sit here
Oh,
and
oh,
pretend
the
you
same,
don't need
the
the
same,
money.
the
You
same,
do.
the same. That's the
You
same
do.
way. That's
You
the
do,
same way you're
babe.
also
You do.
begging for dicks, right? That's the same way you believe that aside
You can
everything, you need to
sit
beg
here
for
and
dicks.
act like you don't need a job and you don't need the money, but you
Who
do.
does not? Who does not
Hence
need
why
money?
you're begging people for stuff. So humble yourself. Stop ridiculing people that help you because at the end of the day, even if Akipalago was a janitor, point still remains that he gave you money. So
He
however
gave
he
me
gets
money
his
for a
money,
promo. That's the point of correction. He gave me money for a promo for a work done.
it's still
It is not
money he
begging.
gave you out of
Yes,
his
but it is
pocket.
still
Yes or
it is for
no?
a job.
Yo,
Yes,
bongo,
it is my
bongo, why they
service.
lie? Bongo, why
If
they
I
lie?
render a service,
Like
I need to be
bongo,
paid
bongo,
for
bongo,
it.
why they
You
lie?
understand?
That
But
you
I'm
know
being
be
paid for
promo.
what
You
I
know be
did.
promo. Promo, you go pay you before it be deal, it be contract. Say, if you do this, I go send you money. You go beg
And
money.
Twilight, even if it
No,
was a promo, even
it
if
wasn't a promo.
hypothetically
No,
speaking,
you study the chat. It was never a promo.
yeah, but
Open
even
now,
let's
go
just
beg. Nah,
hypothetically say
the
it was
chat,
a
you know, be
promo,
promo. It
right?
never be promo. It never be
Even
promo.
if
That will be promo.
hypothetically speaking it was a promo,
It
the
wasn't a
money he
promo.
gave you, you
That,
collected it, babe.
but
You collected the money.
but let's be real here. It's not. It wasn't a promo. You
Oh,
let's
trust me, I read the chat. I know it
let's say
wasn't a
the chat.
promo, but
The
Albert is
chat
a
was in somewhere.
pathological
I think
liar.
the
I
third
figured
month
that
of this
out.
year. I think it was in April or so. And Achipalago wrote the song in July or so. That one
Yeah.
aside, if you promo, I catch you say, oh, post this songs, give me. You are posting maybe
When it
five
came
times in a
out,
month.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll pay you before or after. Your man go beg 50 cedis from Achipalago. Like, and I would all beg a bug a crank a beg. Oh, they bobo sike modu like any
He said it
monyabu.
was $120.
Ah, no, 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 no. Like the chat is there. He said 50. Mami 50 beer. Now that less than Kabeka brofo. You don't want that less than I go speak English. But I will say man 50 be there, say 50 Ghana. 50 bar, 50 Ghana. 1 CD 50. 10 CD 5. 2 CDs 25.
My whole thing is
20
it's not even
CDs.
about the fact
Mienu
that
10
you
CD
you
bako.
begged. It's not even about the fact that okay, you say you don't like the word beg, so let's stop. It's not even about
But
the
no,
fact
no,
that
no.
someone
But that's what he actually did.
okay, it's not even I'm being modest here. So
So
it's not
there's
even
nothing
about
wrong
the
with
fact that
begging, but to beg
yeah,
somebody and
exactly. Because we've
later
all
come
been
out
in
and
that position
do
before
like
where
the
we
big guy,
needed
that's the
help.
problem.
So that's not the problem. But the problem is the same person that helped you. You come on a space and you ridicule him and say he's a dishwasher, he's no
Oh
nurse.
nah,
But
Bongo is we all know Bongo is not normal. So me, I understand him. Like he's not that normal. Like now,
and that's
genuinely,
what the same thing I
so
said. Like I genuinely at this point, I even feel sorry for you. I
even
genuinely
this
think you
space
have
is
a
not
mental
necessary.
health
This space
problem.
is not necessary. When I came in, I saw this space. It's like I was like, why are you people here? because bongo ni is an agent mother like
This is my
creating this
first
space.
time ever joining something like this and even getting to. So I'm
Oh, me, I
just
wouldn't have joined, but I look at the space and I saw that people like my guys, people are respecting stuff are here, so let me join.
because
I
when he
I didn't
came
even
on the
request.
space, he was
Do I
literally
like you
attacking
respect me?
everyone.
Wow.
Yeah, but bongo is not normal. I saw the host and the co-host and they're all my guys. I saw my friends here and like okay fine.
Yeah, so
But
I'm
the
listening
normal
to this
day,
guy. I'm listening to him speak, right?
a
And I'm like,
bongo
wait, this
space
guy
with
sounds
people
like he's
here.
got a mental health issue because the things he says are not normal. Like he's
I
actually
I
got a
thought
narcissistic personality
we
disorder.
all embraced the fact that bongo ati palago nyom no
He said he
na.
was $120 though.
Oh, it's a lie. We saw the chat. We saw the chat. If Archipelago sent him $120, it was out of pity. Because when you Jimmy phobia buno, into out of guilty conscience, Archipelago might ask some. That's guilty conscience. But on the raw, bongo no force. That be why me are they here. Me, my network self no go the real for here. But then I the one try talk now advise the boy. Me know be my party. I know the follow up. Me, I don't know say be my mentor. I be mentor self till I come here. We
Oh,
like
you're
they
his
follow me.
mentor?
Yeah, he's saying stuff about me. I'm a trend leader. I tweet about somebody I don't follow. It's like low
So
key.
basically he stalks you.
Yeah, he wants to be like a Twilight, like, but he doesn't have humor. He's not funny. He's just
He
straight
just
and
attacks people.
yeah, it attacks people, no humor. Wow. So that's why sometimes I'll tweet and people say if Bongo does that, you won't talk. There'll be Twilight there no flair or the finesse account. What you say? Twilight there no is sexy. Twilight there like a branded a package, like or yellow camera. So even me I drag Sakwa see I go laugh. But Bongo could tweet in as Sakwa was my boy were Jimmy and that be the difference. So if he wants to be like me, you go fit
I
DM me,
mean,
make us come how I
it's
do
not
my
what
stuff.
you say, it's how you say it.
It's how I say, it's how I package it, like how
Yeah.
I like. I make it kind of funny, even okra who because hey, like you go laugh with the bab. Yeah, so me I never know say deep down he actually wants to be like me, but Charlie,
Well, if he wants to be like you, maybe you should mentor him.
yeah, maybe if he, but he's not a humble person. That's his problem. He's not humble, and he thinks he's up there, but he isn't. He's just mad and roaming on the streets. Yeah, that be what me I go fit talk about him. But I be
Kojo
like them
Forex.
Doctor Speak and me want talk. So make you
Okay.
chairman
Oh wait,
you
Doctor Sneaker at the back. Before Sneaker, Kojo Forex, please. Can you go on?
Yeah. Um, I just want to have a brief, maybe a conversation with Bongo. Bongo, what is important to you in life? Unless he genuinely don't want to talk to me, but if
Albert,
you can hear
Pacho,
me,
speak why?
is he hearing me though? Is everybody hearing me?
He addressed it
Yes,
earlier
Yeah.
on.
we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you.
we can hear you. Nat, can you hear him?
Nat, your question.
I was asking Bongo that what is important to you in life.
He
He
said
won't answer.
helping a woman on the street.
He won't answer you.
That's
All
what he
right.
said earlier on. He said if you meet a woman on the street and you help him carry you help her carry her stuff, that's his definition of success, not numbers.
No, you see, I was really directed to what is important to him, not even about his measurement of success,
That's what he
because
said though. He said that's more important to him, helping people carry their stuff home. I swear that's what he said. I'm not making this up.
I don't think I've delegated anybody to be my spokesperson here. So you
Well, you
can
weren't
shut the
talking.
fuck up and let me answer the question.
Don't tell me to shut the fuck up.
Shut
Because if
the
I
fuck up.
really start getting
I've
rust
done
with
that.
you, it
Shut
would be a
the fuck
problem.
up. Shut the fuck up. I'm listening to a question. It is not coming
but
from you, so shut up.
Bongo, I just humbly asked that what is important to you in life.
Several things. Several things. One of them, my mom. My
Can
mom
you
is really important to me. Um, Making an impact is really important to me. And apart from that, my mom making an impact, um, helping others, making money, and that's it.
all right? So this is not like to play or to just like um would say hide on the verge of your personal emotions, but just imagine that um your mom dies of a heart attack, are you gonna cry or not?
Ah, why nobody talk? But it is shock me. So you bongo them born you. Like you
Coach,
get mommy where she born
Oh,
you from.
Twilight, someone to talk.
Coach
Could you
Forest,
Forex
can
to
you
talk?
please repeat the question
I
again?
was
It be
like,
like my network. I don't hear anybody. It be you
if your
carry
mom
Yeah,
hear.
so
should
Twilight, go down there and come back again. Could you Forex go on?
bongo, what I'm saying is, if your mom should die of a heart attack, are you gonna cry or not?
Where crying means
Shedding tears, water flowing out of your eyes.
I don't know the premise for that question though.
It's just simple. Like, would you be sad that you lost
No,
your
no.
mom?
Every question
I
has a
can't believe you
premise.
asked where crying means. That's your mom.
Mommy, I said you should shut the fuck up. I'm answering question. You don't decide how I answer my question because I'm not speaking to you.
That's funny because you decide how everybody answers their questions on here, so I can speak.
Shut
Don't tell
the
me to shut
fuck
up.
up. Coach Forex, I don't know the premise of your question, but I don't know whether you're asking me whether I'll cry to show whether I love him or to show just an emotional breakdown. But I don't know the premise, but I'm just stating that if your
If you
mother
if you if
dies,
you knew the premise, what would your answer be?
no, I want to, yeah, so tell me the premise. You need to tell me the premise
The
before I will tell
premise
you.
is, would you be sad that you lost your mom and then she's not alive?
Obviously, but
So that's
shedding
gonna make you
tears.
shed tears.
No, you can be sad without necessarily shedding tears, right?
So you're not gonna shed tears.
And I said you can be sad without necessarily
No, it's
shedding
you I'm
tears.
talking about, not just the general public.
It could be I'll shed tears, could be I'll not shed tears.
All right.
But
So
it does not mean I'm not
if
sad.
are you gonna be emotional?
There will be an emotional breakdown.
Okay. So if your mom dies, you're facing your emotional breakdown, and I say, oh, she died of heart attack. She's very stupid. She should have been jogging every day. Are you gonna be happy about that?
Come again, what did you ask?
I said if she dies of heart attack, and I come onto it and say, "Oh, Bongo's mom is died of a heart attack. She's a lazy woman. She should have been jogging every day. She wouldn't have suffered from heart attack." How
You will
are you
not
gonna
get the
take that?
news.
That's that's
You will not even get the news for you to come on Twitter to tweet that.
let's
Because
say I
my
get the
mom my
news.
mom is not a
Let's
celebrity
let's
for.
say
No, let's
let's
not
say
say.
I
Let's
get the
be
news.
realistic. No, no, no. It's not about hypothetical stuff. Let's be realistic. My mom is not a celebrity for the world to know whether she's dead or not. If I don't put it
Bongo,
out there, nobody will know.
Bongo, your headmaster died. He's not a celebrity, but everybody knew.
No, those who knew. See, okay. Let me give you the
It's the same
background.
thing. It's
Let,
the
let me
same
give it.
thing.
Let me give you the
Your friends are
background.
gonna tell us.
My friends are going to tell you, Kojo Forex, that my mom is dead, and they are going to go on to tell you that he died. Sorry, she died of a heart attack. I don't think that is going to happen.
You see, you see how it's kind of getting a little bit sensitive to you just because it's something
It is not
more
sensitive.
attached to
It is
you.
not sensitive. I know where you're coming from. You're coming from the Davido premise. I get it. And I'm
Not
stating
not not
that.
not just Davido. Just generally. Forget about Davido. He's not my brother or anything. But you see,
But
there
that
are
is the premise.
approaches.
I,
There
I'm
are
going to I'm going
approaches.
to run away from the fact that it is the premise for your
You
question.
could direct it to that. At the end of the day, it comes back to how people just are attached to their emotions. And then Davido's instance is one of it. People got married, religion, several stuffs that people
I know
are
the sensitive
are
issues.
dead sold to
No,
it.
no, no. I know the sensitive issues. I know there are sensitive issues, but at the end of the day, we still need to talk about the sensitive issues.
No,
If a
nobody is
if a
preventing
if a
you.
child if a child who is 3 years old gets drawn and a mother who is 70 or 80 years old dies of heart attack, the reaction from the public will not be the same. You understand? Because the age is also a factor, and how
You
this you
can't
have
tell
to
me what to say or not say.
shut the fuck up. This is not a time to
Bongo,
speak.
please don't leave.
I will leave because why can't you just
No,
shut up and let me answer the question? I
please.
mean the question is not coming
Well,
from
I
me, so
was
what is your
talking to
problem?
Kojo. I wasn't talking to you, was I?
Shut the fuck up. Kojo did not delegate you as a co. I mean, whatever. Shut up and just listen.
I
What's
see
your
that when
problem?
when
No,
you
Bongo,
find
Bongo, you
someone
can
that
speak
actually
without
challenges
insulting. You
you,
can speak
you
without insulting, Bongo, please.
when you find someone that actually challenges you, you hate it, and all you can do is insult them and tell them to shut
This
up
is not
because
a
you
time for you
finally
to
have
prove
someone that can
anything.
challenge you.
This is not a time for you to prove anything. I listened to you
No
guys. You
one
were
is
speaking.
proving
You were
anything.
speaking,
It's
and I
we're
allowed
in
you
a
to speak
space. We're
because
in
I
a
don't want to
space where
come.
we're having a conversation,
Shut.
and I'm saying to you,
I
you
was
can't
listening to you guys, and
measure
you guys were
emotion or
speaking, and you
grief.
said everything I want to say because I don't want to. I just want you to feel free and feel happy and say whatever that you want to say.
How
Right
can you
now,
make me
somebody
feel
is.
free or happy?
Yeah, that's why I left you guys to speak
Who
and
are
say
you?
whatever that is on your mind because I'm bongo ideas. Let me listen to the question and answer. So shut the
You mean
fuck up.
question?
Mute yourself. Kojo Forex, let's go.
Bongo, all I'm just saying is that, like, everybody seem to have, I wouldn't even generalize it, have a problem with your formation of your sentences, or the way they come out.
It's not everybody.
So some people relate with it and then they are pretty much okay.
A whole constituency.
All right. And then you are able to judge the majority of it.
Sure.
So you feel like majority of people are in tangent with how you approach your um criticisms. Is that what you'd say?
I don't need the majority to be in support of what I do. I actually don't need the majority. What I need is I need people who understand what I'm doing. So if there are even 100 out of 50,000 followers, I see that number as a majority. But I mean, but you could see it as a minority. So it is not based on whether it is a majority or a minority. It is based on the fact that at least we have 100 people who accept what you do and they understand it.
What is the foundation of your life principles?
I don't know why I mean, you're trying to. I don't know what you need that information for, but it is personalized.
Do you have sentiments?
Sentiments,
Do you have feelings?
sentiments, feelings.
Do
Oh,
you
I
care?
mean, I mean, we are all human beings. We have feelings.
So you have sentiment, you have feelings, you care. Do you place a little bit of that emotional sentiments, feelings, thought processes before, like, you categorically pick your words and then point it out to people, though? Or as far as social media is concerned, it don't really matter unless you're speaking to them in.
I don't write anything out of convenience. Out of convenience, out of convenience is usually how you feel. I make sure I kill my emotional attachment and I speak and write whatever I want to write
So
out
so
of
you
logic.
so you so you deliberately
No, let me speak my
kill
mind. Let
that.
me finish speaking. I'm saying that I don't do what I do out of convenience. I do it out of conviction. And with conviction, it is not about how you feel, it is about how you think about the thing. So it is more about logic and less about feelings.
But I'm paraphrasing you. You said rightly, and everybody heard it, that you kill your emotions before you make those tweets.
I don't let my emotions dictate to me because you see, when you have an emotional attachment to something, it breeds nepotism and favoritism. You understand? That is why usually fans of musicians and celebrities they get triggered when something is going against their favorites. Do you know why? Because there's an emotional attachment. So if you have that emotional attachment, it's not going to help you to be logical. And if you're not logical, everything I'm going to say is going to be emotional. And on this street or in today's age, we don't need people who are emotional because emotions do not help. They actually do not help. So it is about paying
But you
critical
rightly said
attention to
that when
all
your
the.
mom dies, you're gonna be emotional.
And I told you that the way I react to the way my mom dies is not the same way I react to somebody who is out there or very, very, very far away from me. It's
Exactly.
about
So
the
the way other
parameters.
people so the way other people react to their business, their family, their relationship, their marriage, their demise also comes close to the emotions they're going to show out.
No,
And
if
that's what you attack when you put your emotions aside, when you put your
no,
sentiment aside.
that is not true. That is how you see it. But that is
No,
not how.
if we add all of us, if we add our words together and then separate exactly what we've just said, clearly that is your
That is
submission.
then that will be me seeking for validation. I don't need validation with the Bab. What I need is having a small constituency of people who believe in what I do. And I said that it is not about character assassination or personalization. It is not. It is not. It is not about that. It is about paying critical attention to all the tiny details. And at the end of the day, we have sensitive issues, but we still need to talk about the sensitive issues: religion, politics, marriage, tribalism, racism. They are all sensitive issues. But at the end of the day, we still need people to talk about it. We can't say because they are sensitive issues, so we are not going to talk about it. Somebody still needs to talk about it. So that is where someone like me comes in.
We
And I've
still
said that
we still need to talk about it diligently without expressing insult, pain, and then
I don't insult. I don't insult. I've never insulted anyone. See, those people here, they always insult Abu Akwasia when they translate. Have you ever seen me using Abu Akwasia, those stuff, idiot, stupid in my tweets? I don't do that. What I do is, see, the way I phrase my sentences, I really pay attention to the words that I pick and choose, so that in the near future, if there's a legal battle, I will know how to go about it, because words do have meanings, and
Bongo.
the
I've
words that you
I've
choose.
I've seen you tell Ifia Odo that she is a prostitute. She's a shower. You don't need to say Abua
I
Kwasia
don't
before
regret.
it.
I don't regret.
Exactly.
I don't. I don't regret. And before I said she's a whore,
Never
I gave
insulted
I gave
anybody.
a premise for the reason why I said she's a whore, and I back it with evidence. And at the end of the day, she also accepted it and asked people to even follow her on Snapchat. So
You see, it
it is act of
it
conviction.
rebuts your argument of you've never insulted anybody.
Calling somebody by their name is not an insult.
So her name is a whore.
Calling somebody by their name is not an insult.
So her name is a whore.
We have pronouns and nouns. They represent human beings, right? And we have whatever that you want to call it. But yes, calling her by her name or by her profession is not an insult. If I call you a mason or a carpenter, is it an insult? It is not an insult. So
Where
if I
where
call you
where
a
where,
whole,
where is the end goal of this though?
the end goal of what?
Of bongo ideas.
The Piers Morgan of Ghana.
Okay.
I want to
PS
drag
Morgan
that.
of Unitra City Kwasia. Co-host, second co-host. I beg I they do adverts more. I beg I they do some giveaway, and so you go join her. Yeah, Bongo, you go fit drop your number, Charlie. Now me pet them be mouth. Yeah, so guys, make a move. Like it, I'll pin for the dashboard. So yeah, Bongo look sharp. Drop your number. Like you did here. I the beg I did my pin. My it did the top there.
You see, all I wanted to just find out is like what what veil what veil you hide behind, and then I think anybody who really is open minded would kind of understand that veil, and then that veil is
There is no cover.
the veil is you have sentiment, you have emotions, but you have your own goal, which I don't really mind to or care to really like know about it anyway. But in pursuit of your goal, you put aside totally anybody's sentiment, and you don't care how it affect the person, and you're going to do as far as it serves the purpose of your goal.
I think that really describes Piers Morgan than Bongo ideas, because if you read the history of Piers Morgan and how far he has come as a critic and as a very opinionated journalist, you understand that sometimes it will come across as if you are stepping on toes and bending bridges. But in the long run, it is something you are trying to purge the system, and purging the system, surely you are going to make some people happy, you are going to make some people unhappy. If you are focused solely on the reaction that you're going to get from people who are not happy about the entire situation, then you're not going to make it. So for me, I know people will be unhappy, I know people will be happy. It is about favoritism, it is about your interest. If it goes well for you, you say, oh, bongo ideas, Charlie, this one day you give them to Nanado. If it goes against Mama, you say, hey, this one day, why are you coming? So it is about favoritism. And I believe that at the end of the day, people are going to accept me as I am. That's why when someone like Chris Waddle reached out to me and said he appreciates what I do, I was
Bongo,
flabbergasted.
Bongo,
You understand? I wasn't.
have you attended any of Sarkodie's concert before?
Oh yeah, before way back, way back.
So when you say paying 2,000 for ticket for Sarkodie's Rapaholic is the dumbest thing, and
Yes, it
you
is the dumbest thing to do considering the economy. Apart from the economy, also consider the body of work that Sarkodie has done as far as the year is concerned. And when you look at the songs that he has paraded to perform, he has actually not paraded, but the songs that he has listed, you understand, he has listed to perform those. You see, 90% of those songs are old songs. They are way back songs, and it usually says a lot about the artist because you've come very long. You've come a very long way, but at the end of the day, every year it is more about what you've done the previous year and the previous years, and you always repackage that and send it to the people.
okay? That's clearly sent out. And then Thomas Partey started performing poorly for Black Stars after he converted to Islam. He has never been the same.
That is a personal observation that I made.
And then it was also okay to directly address it and attack all Muslims.
Personal observation. I don't know how you understand personal
Bongo,
observation, but
personal observation put out on Twitter is not a personal observation anymore. It's a global or general observation. Like you want to make it open for everybody to have an opinion in your personal
everything you
observation.
put out there is personal. It is coming from you. So whether it is for the global audience or for a limited amount of people, it is still coming from you. So it is a personal stuff. The reason why
So,
I
so
added
my
observation to it is that I actually looked at his performances before he converted to Islam. You
my
understand?
my my
And I
question
just
was
supposed the
directly
two.
my question was directly that you've attacked a whole religion. Agree or
Uh,
not?
is that how you see it?
It is what it is.
It is not what it is. It is how you see it.
So how do you see it?
I didn't attack anyone. And at the end of the day, I said it based on Thomas Partey's obvious performance. And I'm not the one
But
to say it. We all saw it.
it could have been related to any other thing in his life. Probably the new thing that occurred in his life was not probably just
That's why I told you that
um.
it is an observation. So I juxtaposed his performances before
But that
and
that
after
don't
converted.
you think that it is really a limited, insufficient, and then myopic observation to
It is what?
characterize one man's change of his religion
Do you
to
know why?
generalize
Do you
a
know
why
why?
sect
No,
of
no, no.
religion?
Do you
So
know
you're
why
literally
you
saying
do
that
you know why
if
you think
anybody is having a good life and then they convert to Muslim, they should expect a bad life, literally.
no, no, no. Do you know why you think it is myopic? You think it is myopic because of the religious connotation that it gives the Bab.
Never
If
about
I,
that.
if I had not if I had said something different from Islam and I said, okay, Thomas Partey started performing poorly after he came back from injury, you understand? That connotation will not be the same. It is the same thing I'm talking about. The focus is the performance,
Do
but
you know that there
because
is a big difference between injury and religion? Injury has no belief
that
system.
is why I'm telling
Religion
you that
has
it
a
is.
belief system.
Oh God, that's why I'm telling you that it is the worst, and because the Islam has a religious connotation, you understand. That is why.
But you
So
see,
okay, I can
the
also,
religious connotation is what makes it a religion, or what makes
and
that
that's why I'm
word
saying that if I had said
definitive.
the same thing and I used injury, it will not come across as me attacking a set of religion, a set of people who have a special belief system.
Wait,
It will come across as if,
let me take it one at a time. If I say I converted to Islam and then that made me wealthy, what do you think I'm sending out there?
I don't know what you are sending out there though, but the
It's the
people
same
out
thing you sent
no.
out there that it has no difference that for him to have converted to Islam, then it means that Islam is a bad religion. That's why he's
You
facing
see,
those
you
bad
see, you
omens.
see, you see, you see, you see.
No,
Relax,
it's you see
you
you
relax.
address
In
things
the
with
in the two,
logic.
I gave you another example where I used the word injury, and for you, you are still using the word Islam. Okay, with your Islam, with the same example that you give, replace Islam with a different thing, and let's see
You
whether it's
see,
going to have
let
the
me ask you
same.
something. Let
No,
me
no,
ask
no.
you
I said,
something.
okay, let's do this practical. Replace the Islam
Can
with
you can
something
you can
different,
you
with hard
can you
work,
point
or with the
if
fact that you move to
wait, let
America
me
or you
ask you
move to
something.
Ghana, and let's see
Let
it's
me
going
ask
to
you
have the
something.
same connotation. It is not going to have the same
Let me
connotation.
ask you something.
It is
If
religious bias.
if
So if it is
if
religious bias, it will still appeal to some people and not appeal to some people. So that is the whole issue. Your performance your performance is being analyzed based on the fact that you made a switch from one point to the other. It is not basing it on that. It is the fact that after a careful observation, I saw that just opposing the two before and after, you were performing better. But if I had used a word like injury or another word, it will not come across as it will not have that religious connotation. So see, I know where you're coming from,
is Islam
and
a
I
bad
get your
religion?
point. You said,
Is Islam a bad religion?
for me, I'm not religious, so I don't know whether it is bad, but I know that God is not an Islamic or a Christian. God is God. He does not belong to a special religion. It is we that are claiming God to a certain religion. So religion is full of biases. It is full of bias. It was meant to create a division between people, and that division is ingrained in people to the extent that people want to fight for stuff. I can talk about the
But
weaknesses
you
of
see,
Islam.
this is
Can I
where
finish making my points? Let me
okay,
finish
all
making my
right.
point. I can talk about the weaknesses of Islam by stating that in Islam they said you can there are some things in Islam that I don't want to talk about right now, but there are some weaknesses of Islam. And we have some weaknesses of Christianity too. You understand? There are some weaknesses of Christianity. So it is not about whether Islam is the best or the worst, but the fact is, me, I'm not religious, and if there's a weakness, I still need to point it out regardless.
He was a Christian before being a Muslim. Would you weigh each other beside it?
The religion played no role in the performance, though. That's why I said it is the connotation. Let's look for the word connotation. You understand? The religion played no
You see,
direct.
no, you see, you've explained yourself, right? And now,
Mhm.
because we are on the platform, and then I have been able to direct it for you to explain yourself this way too. Now express it to the whole world that the religion played no role. But ask any person if they thought otherwise. That is what we talk about. That is the problem that I concur that majority of people have with bongo. You may have your meanings into how you tweet your stuff, but it goes contrary to what the majority with common knowledge understand it.
It is not true. It is actually not true because you've not assessed it
I
to
really
to
have
to
though.
actually arrive. No, no, you've not accessed the majority. When you
I
talk about
really
the
did. You
majority,
see, majority is about
no, no, no,
sample
no, no.
size.
You base the majority on the comments, and the comments were coming from a section of religious, people with a religious bias.
Because
You understand? They have a
they are the
religious
ones that
bias.
thing affect.
But holistically, you understand, religion or no religion, you understand that if you are paying critical attention to it and you devoid your religious attachment from it, you understand that I'm actually making sense, not because I'm saying Islam is the cause of his lackadaisical performance. That is not the point.
All
The
right.
point is just opposing the two
Anyway,
before and after.
yeah. Anyway, thank you for, doing me the honors of answering me, and then honestly, the answers that I was looking for, I've kind of got them, and then maybe it makes me understand you much more better. So, I just wish you all the best.
All right, thank you, Dr. Sneak Onyame. Foster.
Yo, Charlie,
I have
you
fun.
dey hear me? You dey hear me?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, nice, 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 nice. Charlie, then me, I dey come do some commercial. Moro, abeg, the Ghana Twitter was be Moro. He left the tickets like 20. So if you don't pass through, abeg, DM below. Yeah. We also know, this Sunday, we go donate to the beggars for the Accra model. So, Charlie, in case you know any beggar or something, you feel make it
Ah,
pull
wait,
up
it
or
be when?
something. Is
Sunday.
it?
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday we dey donate to beggars for Accra Monday. So we start go do after party on Friday and Sunday at Abontimba. So if you pull up then thing. Charlie, that the twilight, Charlie, I dey greet you. Bless up.
Alright, vibe. I go DM you.
Sure.
One day the timeline top there, you dey beg people for money. Who go do that thing? By good day, then we tell people say, they give me them thing. Charlie, left see Kali J, whatever he dey post, we dey love am. Whatever he no be Kali J no go come post negativity about somebody sake of trend. We no go do that. He just dey post cat news. He dey post cat news. You go dey the pick of small like and small engagement you go get. Then you can't be here. Then you dey rank somebody be prostitute. Someone party do this. Someone by the claim say you be intelligent. We intelligence person you go do this thing. We if see you dey rank intelligence, check people wey dem be intelligent. Check people dey intelligent say as dem start dey be so jimmy dem dey jimmy. So jimmy dem dey jimmy for Twitter or for social media e dey make dem dey get high. That's what I wan tell am say if you become intelligent, you no be intelligent to have beat. That thing dey talk say e dey rank people dem are intelligent based on tweets. I no dey agree give am. I no dey agree give am sake of you dey feed on people dem are weakness. You see small weakness about somebody, then you dey feed on am dey post something. So see here, you go feel like you dey top. But e no be so. But see anything everybody wan post for Twitter, you fit post am. It's not about posting tweet which contains Charlie West which I you that I say I go feel say Charlie contest wey dey back. You no go fit talk anything. Then we just dey watch am. You Charlie, so me I go end for here. I go end for here.
Alright. Right. Okay, so the Derek.
Yeah, they hear me, Winter.
Yeah, also.
I did, Charlie. I hear from you, Keep.
Oh, I did Charlie. So the question they give Kaliji or Bogo.
Nah, me, I don't really have questions. I just have something to say to Bongo because this guy's a bloody hypocrite, right? And it's just annoying. It's actually mind boggling when you think about it. He goes around claiming he's intelligent, claiming all these things and faking ignorant. He's pseudo ignorant. He's actually not ignorant. He knows exactly what he's doing, and trust me, it makes you dumb. Bongo, I'm saying this to you. This is not the first time I'm saying this to your face, and I'll say it to your face again. Whatever that you think you're doing, you're dumb. I'm letting you know this right here and now. The grandiloquence, the all that you think you put together, the tautology in all your statements with all those big English that you think you're using, they're all trash. You actually do not bring anything to the you don't bring anything to the space. You don't bring anything to the line. Nothing. All you just do is you just tweet out stupid things. Unfortunately, there are people that have herd mentality that would like your stuff, would keep going, fire, more fire, all that. There are people that are like that. There are people that will always follow you in all the stupid things that you would do. You sit here and you say that you tweeted that thing about partay, not just because of the Muslim, whatever. Then you go again to tweet something that there are a lot of Muslim players in the national team. What are you trying to do? You already have that thing, that agenda that you want to push, but you're trying to fake that ignorance and say, oh, it wasn't about the Muslims, it was about whatever, whatever. You're saying if you had used a word like injury, it would have taken away the emotional, blah, 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 whatever you said. It's bullshit. For one reason. After Partey converted to Islam, he got injured. That's why his performances went down, and then his performance actually came back up. Now you again, you keep tweeting saying you don't care about numbers. I remember some space you were arguing with someone, a girl called Jet, and she said something to you, and this same Bongo said, "Oh, get your numbers up before you talk to me." So I really don't understand what kind of hypocrisy or what kind of hypocrite are you to always be saying things like this, going back on your words, up and down, up and down, up and down. You're not having anything substantial to say. You keep running up people's names. I remember another space that we had where you tweeted something very wrong about Sneaker Hammy, using his name and his brand or whatever. He told you to take it down. You were saying what you said, all sorts of stupid things as well, trying to defend yourself. It did not even make sense. Later, you came out trying to do you someone married his wife, and you tweeted something about what kind the person that he married, and then later you came on here on Twitter, set up another space, trying to justify yourself. You're a coward. You're a coward. You play the victim mentality whenever you find yourself to be the villain. You're a coward. And then people like this, you don't survive in the media spaces. You'll never survive in the media spaces. For now, you're having fun. You're doing all these things. In the near future, in like 2 3 years to come, trust me, your relevance on the space, on the whole space right now that you think you have, it's not even relevant. It's just a notoriety that you have. It's all gonna die. That's how it's gonna work. It's all gonna die out. And then you try finding yourself trying to push yourself in the correct limelight, and then the people that you've offended, all of them are going to go against you, and all of them are going to just say, no, we saw you do this. We saw you say that. We saw you do this. There's absolutely no way anyone's going to believe that you've turned over a new leaf. I was on the Twitter space. I remember it was my Twitter space, me, comedian Warris, and you came on there after your whole Nanaba debacle. You came on there. You came on there trying to ask for forgiveness from people that you had offended. When that day came, you were like, oh, they told you to apologize. You were like, oh, you're waiting for more people to join. I hope the numbers didn't count at that point in time when you gave her the fake apology. I hope that didn't count. You keep attacking the relevance of people, saying what have they achieved outside of Twitter? Who knows them outside of Twitter? A whole French ambassador knows Kali J. A whole French ambassador. He's gone to France. He's gone to all sort of places. I'm not here to defend Kali J because Kali J is another idiot. He already owes me on FIFA. He doesn't want to play with me, so he asked for him to get his own.
They owe you for
Yeah, he forgot day FIFA. I score him like 4 times. You know they won't come again. But we did. Anyways, and you sit around here, you Bongo sit around here, attacking every single individual, every single celebrity that you have, that you think you can attack, right? And then after that, you be like, "Oh, I have I can detach myself from emotions and all that stuff." That's bullshit. You know exactly when they call you a bully. You're there and then you're just talking. I'm not a bully. Do you know what a bully means? You don't know what a bully means. You trust me. You have nothing. Like you're nothing. And I really hope that you're actually going to try and say something back to me. Because if you do, you would literally regret trying to ever exchange words with me ever again. I remember that space that you tried saying some bullshit to me. If you ever do that thing again, trust me, you will regret on this space. So I would, if I were you, I would not even. I saw you on mute. If I were you, I would not even dare on mute and say a word. If I were you, I will not unmute and say a word. Trust me, you will regret it. I'm telling you, I already told you one time before that for falsification of information, for defamation on the internet laws can actually get you into jail for at least 14 years. So if you like, right? If you like, try me and open and unmute this mic again and try speaking and saying the damn word again. You will regret it on this space. You come here, you tweet all sort of bullshit. When people come at you, you come and say all sort of things. You tweeted something about Kali J's son. I'm sorry, about Davido's son. And when people were talking, you were like, "It's Twitter. You don't bring your emotions here." You've never lost a kid. I don't know if you've ever lost a kid, but you would never be in a position to know exactly how someone feels about losing their kid. Calling them irresponsible about their kid drowning because of they're not being around when the kid. Do you know what it takes to actually raise a child? They had caretakers and all that stuff, and you just go up and you go like, oh, blah 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 blah. You just spew out your nonsense as usual. that empty head of yours, absolutely nothing. I always describe you, whenever someone asks me about you, I always describe you like a vacuum cleaner. You have nothing inside you. You absorb rubbish and spew out rubbish. That's basically how I describe you to anyone that asks me about you. Anyone that has ever asked me about you, that's how I describe you, a vacuum cleaner, right? So, as I said, don't try unmuting again to say anything. Let me finish saying everything to you. Then you can decide whether say thank you or not. If not, if you're not saying thank you, don't speak. Don't speak. Don't speak to me, bro. Don't speak to me. You have no use speaking back. Don't speak to me. Please. Please don't speak to me. You have no use speaking back to me. As I said, you said you are intelligent and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, you're the dumbest person I know, the dumbest person to ever exist, and everyone knows this. Everyone knows you're so dumb. It's not like I'm even insulting you. This is a description. All right. So just mute and let me speak. Good. Now you this same guy again. I did say this. I told you that we would help you and we would coach you through that moment that you had. When I said that, right, I was actually speaking about a couple of psychologists. I have psychologist friends. Sorry, they can help you. They can literally help you. The offer is still open. They can take you through they can take you through their processes, and you can come out fine. I'm serious, because you're deliberately you're just showing how unstable you are as a person, mentally, physically. We saw videos of you being utterly like you were drunk. You were so drunk. You look you. Oh Christ. And then you going around begging and now claiming people. One funny thing about your story. I'm
Oh
speaking about.
God.
Please, I
So
would
much
want.
hype.
Listen, I would
Oh
want
God.
someone. I would
You should
want
actually
someone,
focus
right?
on your life
No,
that
no.
way.
Listen, I would want someone,
Living
right?
rent free.
I would listen. I would want someone
Because the way we
who
are
can
speaking, it's like
listen.
you
I
want
would
to
want
cry.
someone who can
You
actually
really want to
speak
cry.
well. Listen, someone who can speak well. About it. Don't worry
Don't
about
yeah,
it.
you also don't worry about
Don't
Bongo
worry
again.
about it.
Let's
But
move
I
on.
really want to help
There
you.
are plenty.
I'm being told to
I
do
don't
it.
get why should you be really
Listen,
worried
he
about
did it
something which is
without
not
being told
relevant.
to do it.
Like